Kind of disappointed right now. I mean, I literally did a whole video and the microphone wasn't working at all. I did the whole unboxing. I did everything. Presenting the DJI Avata too. So, you know what? I'm going to have to go ahead and voice over like they do out there in China and in Japan, because I'm not going to let that footage go to waste. However, I do want to go ahead and say exactly how we got here to begin with. First, I want to introduce myself. My name is Carlos Pond. I am the co-founder and the co-CEO of GoBeTradehouse.com. That's www.gobetradehouse.com, where we teach people how to trade currency in the largest financial market in the world. Okay. We also teach you how to get funded. So you could go ahead and start with $25,000, $50,000, and you use what we like to call OPM, which is other people's money. And you can profit at least 80 to 90% of all the money that you've gained, and whatever you gain and you profit, you make 90 or 80% of it. Of course, since it's not your money, they're going to keep either 20 to 10% of it. But this video is actually sponsored by TGT, the Gayden Team, which we're a real estate company out here in Houston, Texas, where we specialize in buying, selling, and renting real estate. Okay. We know for a fact that we're most likely the best real estate team in Houston. One, because of what we do. We make sure that we don't just list a property and hope that it sells and get somebody else to sell it for us. We actually put a marketing budget to make sure that the property sells. Now, if it doesn't sell, that just means that your price is too high. You're listed over market value. Okay. But we do the HDR photography. So your photos are going to look amazing. They're not going to be cell phone photos. That's one of the main things. If your realtor goes out there to your property and they start snapping cell phone photos, they don't have the best interest in you as the seller, right? Our fiduciary duty is to make sure that we do everything in our power to keep you happy and to make sure that we provide our own money and we put our own money where our mouth is. So the other thing they would do is the 3D virtual tours, which will give you a 60% increase in the sale of your property. That's right, 60. Pro-COVID, after COVID, everybody started looking at houses virtually online even more than before, which now people became married to that method. They became married to looking at the property, walking the whole property, looking at all the specs of that property. And by the time they really come to the property, it's to make an offer because they already made that educated decision online. All right. Then we do the drone. We get our drones out here and we make sure that we do what we need to do to show people your surrounding neighborhoods, your areas, the eagle perspective of the home, which is highly valuable. Okay. Now, just to go ahead and give you a background on how all this started. Okay. I originally started flying drones from, the drones in the Walmart and the drones in the mall. And I always wanted to do it. Right? It's just one of those passions of mine. And I started working for the Gayden Team back in 2017 as one of their inside sales associates. I called one of my friends my spot check. I was making calls at this call center because one of my network marketing companies had just failed. I had no choice but to go back to a regular job for a quick second. And I was like, man, I'm making all these calls. Mike, get me in with the Gayden Team. Call Glenn, right? Which is actually Gayden's son. And I went in there, man, and I started making calls to expired listings and in hopes of gaining their business so we could list a property and actually put it on the market and sell it. But there was something that Gayla seen in me that told her, like, that kid right there, he's artistic, not autistic, artistic, he knows how to draw. He has an eye. I remember her telling me that. She said, Carlos, I noticed that you have a good eye for stuff. Maybe you should think about doing real estate photography, And I was like, all right, sure, But I really took her bid on it. And she said, come out with me one of these days and I'll show you how to do it. So I went with Gayla Gayden and we went to Weston Homes, which is a builder out here in Houston. And she showed me her angles on how to take the photos, and I started, I got my first listing because I finally got my license. And I remember her telling me, oh, it needs better photos. But I used the old photos. But she was absolutely right. It really did need better photos, but I just didn't know how to do it during that time. I still was able to rent it out, luckily. But I took her bid on it and I said, teach me. So she took me out, showed me the way, and then she would always be on my case too. If I brought those photos to her and they were all yellow, she said, Carlos, these photos are trash. They're all yellow, So I took my time to really dive in and learn how to do real estate photography. And since then, I've done thousands of homes for a lot of mega agents, a lot of successful people, and I've sold a lot of homes because of it. My media is actually what sells the home. Now, yes, the agent should put some marketing behind it, but I'm telling you, you get with me and I do what I do and I touch your property, there's a high probability that it's going to sell. Again, the only reason that it may not sell, or if it doesn't sell, is because your clients got their property outside of market price, right? So that's usually the case. But even sometimes my media still actually gets it sold. So sure enough, me and Gayden, have actually built such a bond. By the way, Gayla isn't your average realtor. She's been in the business for over 30 years, which is the reason that I won't ever betray her. Gayla's like an angel on earth. She's like, she's opened up so many doors for so many people, including myself. I'm not the only one. She's helped people get into inside home sales or new construction sales. She's helped people in general. She just helped people. I've seen her let a client borrow her truck just so they can move their stuff out the house. Like, the lady is an angel on earth. I don't know any other way to put it, but that's who she is, right? Which is why this video is sponsored by the Gayden Team. All right, I've bought a few of my drones, but Gayla's actually bought 2 of the drones out of all the 4 or 5 drones that I've literally owned. So she really believes on the aspect of media and the importance of it. She's never shied away from paying. She's never shied away from the marketing side. So there's a lot of things that I've learned from Gayla. She's also a workhorse. She stages every property that we go out there and we list. Like, your property will be staged. If not, we'll do virtual staging, which is something that I do as well. We do virtually stage your property. I'll take the pictures of it and I'll virtually stage it all from the comfort of my home to make it look like home sweet home for the prospects that are looking at your property. Okay. But needless to say, my first drone that I bought back in the day was a regular drone, not connected to GPS. I flew it super, super high. I lost it. But no matter what, I got the muscle memory out of flying drones on my thumbs. However, as you get into these more advanced drones, you'll start driving with these fingers, which I'm still getting used to. So you go away from this to this, which is a little different, but needless to say, let's go ahead and dive in. All right. This is actually, I had a DJI, my first DJI Mavic drone that I had was a DJI Mavic Air, and it was the Onyx edition. It was black. I actually have it somewhere. I think that it's downstairs. I don't know, but it doesn't work anymore, and we'll get into that story. Actually, let's dive in to that story. I took it to Tampa, Florida, and I was part of a network marketing company that dealt with Forex, and learning how to trade Forex. But of course, the main thing was actually growing your hierarchy and growing your network. But I took it out there, and I went out there just so I could capture the lifestyle footage, so I could use it as marketing, as my marketing campaigns to show people like, man, this lifestyle that you get from trading currency is dope, So I went to a resort, and we were in this resort, and I remember above the pool, there were these little white strings. But of course, when I flew my drone, I completely forgot. By the way, if you could tell me why people or the resorts put white strings, little tiny thin white strings above the pool, let me know. because after my altercation, I figured the only reason they put them is so people like myself couldn't fly a drone. But I've heard that maybe it's something about birds or some stuff, maybe, again, put it on the comments if you know. By the way, I'm going to be doing a lot of videos, so make sure you subscribe to my channel, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and make sure you comment and engage with me, I mean, it's what we do nowadays, right? We're in the internet world now, So many ways to skin the cat in the internet, by the way. So, anyways, that day, flew my drone right above the pool, about to capture this amazing cinematics. And next, I just seen my drone right above the pool start doing this number. And then it added up. Damn, those strings. I'm caught to one of those strings. So, all I seen was my drone do maybe like 5 flips, and then it dove right into the pool. Once it dove to the pool, all I did was press up on my stick, on my controller, and it went up above the pool. It flew out of the pool. But then I'm sure that all the electric wiring and it malfunctioned. Next thing you know, it's about 20 feet in the air, and it just literally missiled down like a meteor, like a rocket down, and landed right next to a person that was on one of the little beach chairs, that are right by the pool. Luckily, it didn't hit him or her. I can't even remember, but that could have been a big deal. 1, I don't think I was supposed to be flying there. 2, I just would have gotten in a lot of trouble, right? If for whatever reason they got hit, it would have been bad. But sure enough, what's crazy at that moment? People clapped. Can you believe that? Everybody in the resort started clapping at my agony because my drone literally fell out the sky. Like, I mean, what did they think that I was doing? Go look at people and spy on them? No, I'm there for cinematics. I'm there to make sure that I get a job done. That was very disappointing. Mind you, I was a little embarrassed, but the main thing that was going on in my mind was, man, my drone, my baby, my first drone that I ever really got from DJI. By the way, I love DJI. I love everything that they do. I don't think I'll go anywhere else to buy another drone. DJI has the stuff, right? But I remember that day just being down. I mean, I still got over it. But, for the first 6 hours, you're kind of dealing with that agony of like, man, I just crashed my drone, man. And, you're thinking about the money that you're going to have to spend to buy a new one. But by the next day, the feeling of the agony had gone away. So that's something of importance. Don't make drastic decisions on temporary feelings, when it comes to life. Don't do nothing crazy. And if you need seek some help, there's some hotlines that you could go ahead and call. But don't make drastic decisions on temporary feelings. The feelings do go away. If today's your worst day, tomorrow's gonna be better. If not, it'll be even worse, but it should eventually get better, So eventually, after I crashed that drone, then I got the Mavic Air 2. So this, kept my business running when it came to real estate media, and it still works, it's still good. And then eventually my next drone after that was actually, where are thou? Oh, here you are. The DJI FPV drone. By the way, this is a whole nother beast. You're gonna have to fly this with virtually first to learn how to fly it, because you could if it's on automatic, yes, go left and right, up and down, but once you put this bad boy in manual, it flies like this, so everything is like you're going straight. From there, you gotta maneuver. So yes, you could do flips because it's going straight, but it's such a different type of beast. I bought it and I flew virtually for about 2 weeks before I took it out, and then I've also learned a couple things about these batteries. Don't never let the battery sit on 0% without not charging it. It will die on you, and you will have to buy more of these, and these are not cheap, so you want to keep the batteries charged up at least above 3% if you want to let them sit, so after that drone, it came with this big mask. All right, obviously this big mask, it's nice, these come off, This is the first of its kind. It was pretty good, but you always have to take it off. If you want to like do something, you have to take it off, But I ended up getting the controller as well. So I ended up getting this, which is cool and is handy, but however, it only lets you fly the drone, left, right, straight, or forward, or up. It did not even backwards, but now that I'm looking at it, it looks kind of outdated, But after that, I got with Gayla's son, Brian, and me and Brian's one of my best friends, brothers are always going to have a little brotherly fight here and there. We finally, after years of never having one, we finally had one, but we've already made up, that's my boy, we had a little, disagreement, he's very passionate about what we're doing. I'll tell you that. So we got into this thing in our head where it's so important that we get the best visuals when it comes to real estate media, that we knew we needed to get the right drone that will allow you to record vertically, So of course, the DJI Mavic Air only allows you to record horizontally, but the DJI 4 Pro Mini, is it the 4 Pro Mini? Let me make sure, hold on. It's right here. Where are you? God, I seen it. Oh, the Mini 4 Pro. The Mini 4 Pro allows you to record vertically. The camera does turn vertical, so it allows you to do reels, the cinematic reels, so the YouTube reels, the YouTube shorts, the Instagram shorts, the Facebook shorts, which allows you to actually, use the whole screen, because most people are looking at videos from their phone. So how are they going to look at the video, vertically, which is better than being horizontal, although horizontal is still very dynamic and you could be used for a lot of different things. We've moved into the vertical state, and this was actually an investment by Gayden. Me and Brian paid, we went half on it, but then Gayla went ahead and reimbursed us, so she believes in what we're doing enough, to say, hey, these kids, they deserve this, because we're making some magic out of it. And, the other day, Brian and I were talking, and we said, man, we were out playing pool, and we said, we got to take this to the next level. We need a drone that I can fly inside of houses, that I can literally zip through a house. By the way, I tried it with this bad boy, and you know what ended up happening? Crashed right into the wall. Like, it just, something about the aerodynamics, it took it off the range and hit the wall, and I broke all the propellers, so luckily it didn't break the drone, but I did break the propellers on it, because I tried to fly it inside of a house. So we don't want to be held liable when it comes to flying in houses. So sure enough, they came out with the DJI Avata 1, but the DJI Avata 1, I never got it, because I bought this like the month prior to when they released the DJI Avata 1, and I really wish I would have got it instead of this. Although I like this, I can't fly this inside of a house. This is more for like outside type stuff, it's actually, that's more of a toy than anything for business. However, we went ahead and bought the DJI Avata 2. Now, I literally just did all the unboxing with the mic, and it sucks. I'll go ahead and I'll voice over it, but I already unboxed everything, and let me just show you what it comes with. I'm kind of distraught that that's what happened, but it came with the batteries. It came with the controller. All right, so you can see the difference between the two. I've watched a lot of tutorials, and they say that the beginner of the beginners could literally fly with this, right? So it must be that easy. All right, but this is the difference. You can see the size difference, and you can see why I say that it almost seems outdated now. This seems more, I don't have the biggest hands in the world. I have artistic hands, but this right here, it just feels better, and it comes with a joystick. Okay, so you move like this. This didn't come with a joystick. You just have to, do that number and stuff. This comes with a joystick, and I think you can still do this number, but the joystick allows you to go back and stuff. This one didn't allow you to go back. It just let you go up. That's it. So, so we have moved from this, and it doesn't come with the original controller, and I think a new controller came out. But it came with these goggles, and these goggles are definitely a lot smaller, a lot sleeker. Is that a word? I don't know. But it comes with these two cameras here. So if you have to do something, you got to change the battery. You don't have to take these off like the last ones, you know, and you can see the size difference. The size difference of the two is, there's a huge difference. Plus with these, you got to take all these off every time, and it's just a lot. This one looks like all you got to do is just that, and you're ready to go. So, and you don't even have to take it off when it's time to change something. But ended up getting the drone. And this was another investment. The other day we were talking to Gayla, and we were like, Gayla, we got to be able to get inside houses. Her quote, I'm game. So she is serious about what we're doing. She can tell that we are onto something. And I'm telling you, once I touch something, it turns into gold. I don't want to sound cocky. I'm just very confident in what it is that I'm able to do. I'm very confident in my focus, my drive, my desire. And I know for a fact that we're going to take this and we're going to make millions of dollars with our footage when it comes to selling properties and making sure that they sell. Right? And for other people too. Hey, you know, you pay the right fee, I'll come in there and I'll go ahead, I'll make it happen. I'll get your property sold too. I'm not greedy. You got the listing. I don't want to take it from you. If you hire me for your media side of stuff, my fiduciary duty is to you. Okay? Because you're my client. Right? So you don't got to worry just because I'm a realtor that I'm going to steal your business. I'm not. I'm not going to do it. You know, but from what I heard is that this is a lot quieter than DJI Avata 1. It has the memory card is in an easier place to go ahead and get to it, and overall, it's just better. You know, they definitely DJI only advances, and I'm gonna go ahead and capture footage with it. But I did want to give you the background on how all this took place. You know, it started with a vision from Gayla, because if it wasn't for Gayla, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, right? Now, yes, I probably would have been there, but it would have took me a lot longer. You know, she kind of gave me the jump start. You know, she didn't give me any money. She just gave me an opportunity, and I took that opportunity by the horns and I ran with it. And since then, it's been 2017. It's been over 8 years. It's been over 8 years, and I haven't deviated from TGT, from the Gayden Team. We're here now to the point that we're about to change so many people's lives by selling their houses with dynamics of video that they can keep to remember the home that actually allowed them to profit. So with that being said, all I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna take my time to go ahead and charge everything. Now, oh yeah. It did come in this big case, by the way. It's a pretty nifty case. Like, all of them usually come in something like this, but it's a lot smaller. You know, this is big. This is a big case right here. This is not your average little case, you know, but it came with, of course, more propellers, I guess some sort of lenses. I don't know yet. I will figure it out. But I do need to figure out if they make a wide lens for this drone. And if they do, can somebody put it in my comments so I can go ahead and see it, you know? With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close this video out saying, look, I'm grateful that you went ahead and watched this video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like. I'm going to go ahead and be doing a lot of more of these videos, you know? But this is just the first one, okay? This is my first real unboxing. I did a little unboxing on the DJI Air when I first got it, but, you know, I didn't really like it, you know? But this time I'm going to get serious. So I want you to go ahead and stick with me on this journey when it comes to real estate media, when it comes to real estate, when it comes to the Forex and trading currency and cryptocurrency and investments. I want you to stick through all of it when it comes to business and mindset and staying positive in this hectic world, you know, because I mean, we're dealing with a lot of, we deal with a lot of negative energy, and you have to be able to see through the negative energy to get to the promised land, you know, and to get to your purpose, because, you know, there's going to be times that the enemy will want you to stray away from your purpose, and he'll do whatever it takes to get you to stray away from where you're supposed to be. So stick with me, follow me, engage with me. All right, let's become compadres, and I know that God brought me all the way to Houston from Colombia, from Bogota, Colombia. And I know I'm not here just for just whatever. I'm here for a purpose. And one of these purposes may be connecting with you. We don't know, right? You may have some business ideas, but I'm big at connecting. And I'm big when it comes to friendship and relationship, and actually making something out of it. I know not everybody's going to be your friend, and not everybody has their best intentions, but somebody out here, I know you see this, and I know that we can connect, and I know that we can make a difference in this world, and it's the people that actually know that they can change the world that actually do it, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to change the world, So with that being said, thank you, appreciate your time, and I'll see you on the next video, and we're going to go ahead and take this on a flight. First, we're going to fly virtually for a little bit. But God bless you, okay? Love y'all. Like, share it.